Okay, morning guys, welcome to another video. Now I already told you guys in the last video what this video is going to be, so I'm not going to talk about it. So right now we are on our way to walk over there. I booked a taxi yesterday at 5 in the afternoon, and this morning at 8 o'clock they told me they are not going to send a car down there because they can't. So I phoned 2 more companies. They all say they are fully booked and they cannot drive us over there. So right now our only option, with the hope of being only a couple of minutes late, is to walk. Now we're about nearly nearly 2/3 of the way there, and then I'm going to do the intro now because when we get there we're going to be late, and then we're going to go straight into the course. So I don't want to waste any time there by doing the intro now. So after this I'm going to be, so I'll see you guys when the course starts. See you guys there. Okay, so right now we're just about to go on the water. We are doing checks on the boat, nearly there, and yeah, I'll keep this one running for a while just to see what we're gonna check, and yeah, should be a good time.
Okay, so what we're looking for is a basic safety pack. So there's an extra life jacket on board.
Yeah.
We have got it.
What is this? Is it a towing harness?
Right, we have some rope, always good for towing.
Yeah.
We have an anchor in the bottom here. We have a pump to inflate.
And we got the oars in case of the engine.
We do, and we've also got a compass in case we get lost.
Okay.
Hopefully on a day like today, that is not going to happen. So that's our basics. Still not quite sure about this, but there we go. Right. So, have a go with that.
Okay.
Down other side. Again, we're not going out on the water for a long period of time, so we won't need necessarily water. But if you want to bring some, in the afternoon,
it's fine.
That's fine. So they have got some, should you need it. I don't know how long it's been in there. We've also got a fire extinguisher in case of a fire.
Charlie, can you grab you one? I'll get one next to
Okay.
So, should there be a fire, the most likely place is the engine. And for what we do for a fire, we would turn the wheel one way or another so that this engine is facing that way or that way, and we would set the fire extinguisher through this here, which is the intake, air intake.
Yeah, air intake.
That is that's dry powder that takes away the oxygen and kills the fire.
Okay.
Okay. We have an anchor then. We'd then go an anchor. We'd then make a radio.
Okay.
So, okay. So no problems there.
Is it because the tires are right now changing, so that's why?
Yes. So just to get that, if I just finish the boat checks off, and then I'll tell you about the tyres and everything.
Okay.
So we have a look around. You're sat on the sponsor. We make sure that's nice and
yes, it is
hard. We're going to move our engine.
Yeah.
Before we do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a big girl. One way or another to make sure we've got the steering, because it's hydraulic steering.
How many horsepower is that one?
Ready, we got me on a minute. Go to the top of it.
It's 150 horsepower.
150
horsepower, this one.
I didn't realise you had two in your hand.
Okay.
Now I'll grab it in a second.
Okay, so we've checked we've got that.
Yeah.
That's great.
With this particular one,
That needs to be checked here.
steering. It all goes through there. Right. So we have. This is a 4-stroke engine.
Yeah.
It's a 2-stroke engine, so we don't need to put oil into the fuel, but we do need to check we've got fuel. And because I put the battery on, it's showing we've got 3/4.
3/4 fuel.
So that's good.
Yeah.
We know we've got electrics as well. So I'm happy with that. We've also got
A built-in compass.
A built-in compass. We've got bilge pump, which we can put onto constant.
Okay.
We've got lights, we've got a horn.
Ooh.
That's useful when we are in restricted visibility, or if we've got somebody who's not doing what they think and then we want to make them aware we're here. We'll talk about that as we go through the day. That's for the GPS to put this on. Less about the GPS today, it's more about you and driving the boat.
Okay.
You know, that's want you to have as much time on the wheel as possible.
Okay, so right now Carl was going to demonstrate us this thing that we're going to conquer this morning, and then here's he driving the rib right here. I mean, I've already done that before, like just about a minute ago, but the thing is I haven't been able to film, so I just kindly asked Carl to demonstrate it again so that I can film it to show you guys. Okay, right now we're about to came up to the buoy, so that to keep the boat here with the tide running down, you can see, as you can see, at around 5 knots, so that I could kindly go in front and pretend I'm going to be picking up a mooring. We're going against tide, so right now it is about time. Okay, here we go. Grabbed it, nailed it. Thank you. Can we do a figure 8 as well? Thank you. Right, that's one thing I have to conquer this morning, and that's done. The next bit is going to be, we're going to be going around a figure 8 between that boat there and that thing there, with in mind of the tide. So because the tide is running down, we're going to be being keeping in mind the thought that the tide is very strong. So we're going to be particularly going further away from this boat so that we can get enough time to turn. So we're going to go about a boat length before we're going to turn. As you can see, as we're turning, you can see how fast we're turning, because we are turning and the tide's bringing us down. So you can see that we're traveling very, very fast right here. We're traveling very, very fast here. And then right now, Carl's going to bring it into a hard right so that we can get to this time, so that we can get around this yellow buoy here without leaving too far away. Right now, he's bringing back a little power on the engine so that we can have enough speed to go around it without being pushed too far down by the tide. All right, that's all right. Right now, he is going to do the other way around. So before we went from right to left, right now we're going to go from left to right. It's going to be a different thing. So as well, we're going to go a little bit further up because of the tide, and then yeah, you can see that we don't even need to put the wheel back into its straight position. We just have to keep it like that way because the tide is pushing us down. You can see that we are going very, very fast. Okay. So right now we're gonna go into a hard left with a bit of power, so that we can get around here in time. Right? That's it. That's it for the morning, and then we're gonna go back on the water this afternoon to see what Carl's got for us this afternoon. See you guys. Okay, guys, just finished the morning session. It's a cracking session. We've done going around 2 objects in a figure 8 in like low speeds with 5 to 6 knots of tide. Is absolutely crazy, because to this position we are right here down a very narrow stretch of water, and then right about now it's just gone low tide, so all the water is going to be moving out of this narrow stretch of water, so that's why the tide is really, really strong. I've done power boating like for the last whole year, but I haven't been doing it for the last 6 months, so my skills are getting a little bit rusty, but it's slowly coming back to me as I kind of progress. So should have a lot of fun. This afternoon we're gonna do something else. I think Carl mentioned we're gonna do some anchoring and stuff, so it should be a good time. And then right now I'm gonna get some lunch, and then I'll see you guys this afternoon back on the water. See you guys. Okay, so we just had the most unfortunate event of all. There's actually two. This morning I booked a taxi to come down here at 9. Half an hour before that they called me that nobody's can come up here to pick us up. So this morning I had to walk the entirety of 4.5 miles from where we live down to the club. It took us about an hour 30, which is absolutely crazy. But that's all good. Everything's going on now. So I just realized. So I have 4 kids out there doing sailing, and they're gonna come in at 1. I came in at 12. So I'm about to have lunch right now, but they can't. But by the time they will be having lunch, I'll be on the water again. So I don't think of a way that there's any way I can get food. There's a restaurant up there. This restaurant just up the coast. But I don't think they do takeaways, and then if I go in to say, can I have a table for 1, it would be very, very awkward and weird because everybody going there is either minimum of a table for 2. So yeah. So looks like I can't be having lunch nor those guys. So what we're gonna do is that as soon as we finish sailing this afternoon, we're gonna go straight to the restaurant. We're gonna eat something, and then we're gonna go back home. We're gonna eat again. So hopefully that would be good. And then I think that's the plan. So right now, what I had for lunch, I just had a vanilla ice cream. Basically just need to get some calories, and I don't really care about anything. And then I've got myself a black coffee. What a weirdo, but I'm just get my caffeine levels high and just keep myself energized throughout the whole afternoon. I don't know what the guy is gonna be doing when they come up shore, because I'm gonna be leaving soon, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to eat after that. So, and also, so on a side note, I got all the money with me, so even they can't buy anything. So yeah, that's 2 unfortunate events for today. I did not account for the fact that we come up shore at different times. If we do, then we might as well go and eat, but we don't. So yeah. All right, that's it for the unfortunate events of the day. Okay, so right now we are about to start for the afternoon session. Now right now is still low water, so we can make it out of here, but I don't think it's gonna be a risky one. So I guess, and then I think Carl just told me we're gonna do half an hour about classroom work, so that we will just get it out of the way, and then as soon as the water starts to move up, and then we will get out and do whatever needs to be done on the water this afternoon. Right now we're about to go in the classroom, and then I'll see you guys in there to see what Carl has got for us. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So just to go back over what we were talking about this morning about the tides.
Yeah.
So think about this. Yeah, really bad. Come down, bring that out around like that.
Is that the coast?
Yeah. There you go. There's England.
Yeah.
So tides come in.
Yeah.
Like that. The reason they come in like that is because the Earth is spinning anti-clockwise.
Okay.
Okay, so all of our weather comes from here around. So from America across. So that's where our tides come in through here.
Okay.
We're on the north coast about here.
Okay.
So as you can see, we get the first of it from America.
Yeah.
So all of the hurricanes, all the swells and everything else, that's what we get. So we get it split down into 2 different types, springs and neaps. When the moon
is here,
is in line with the sun, every 2 weeks we get, the sun has got gravitational pull and the moon has got less gravitational pull. But when the 2 are combined, you get huge amount of pull. So imagine that was if that was the water, it's doing that with the water. It's pulling it in. So we end up with really high tides at springs,
Yeah.
and they come in really quickly, and
Okay.
equally very low when they go out, and
really fast when they
very
go out.
quickly,
Okay.
which is what we've got today.
Okay.
Spring tides, low water always occurs around lunchtime.
Okay.
So if you go low lunch, you know it's springs. So
Yeah.
if you look at the tide table, it says low at lunchtime,
Okay.
it's spring tide. Conversely, if the moon is here, because it's moving around us, we're moving around the sun, etc.
Or it could be all the way like here or something.
Yeah, but it works its way around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so when it gets 90 degrees, either there or there, then we've got a bit of pull from here, but we've also got a bit of pull from here. So we get a tide coming in and out.
Yeah.
Why do we need to know about wind, you know, when we're boating?
Because different strength of wind creates different sea conditions.
Absolutely, yes.
So that we need to know that if it's safe enough for us to boat, or it's too dangerous so we can't go out. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is where we look at weather forecasts. So you think about it, when I said all the weather comes from the top here and works its way through,
Yeah.
when it starts over in the hurricanes and bits and pieces in the Pacific,
Yeah.
then they're creating low pressure and high pressure zones.
Yeah.
That produces swell, because it pushes the tide down,
Yeah.
or it lifts it up,
Yeah.
and then we start getting, the tides are moving in, but then it's depressed, and then another area it's not,
Yeah.
so we end up with all these big swells. So we end up with, on our coast, we get waves starting to form.
Yeah.
And waves are basically, if I do that with the land, we've got water that's coming in here.
Yeah.
The more the water comes in,
Yeah.
it's this volume of water
Yeah.
trying to get into this space.
Yeah, which is very, very small.
Well, it can't. So all it can do is it's coming along the seabed.
And it rise up.
It's just going. So where it is there, it's going to be up here.
Yeah.
And where it is, it's going to be up here.
Yeah.
So eventually, gravity says it can't do any more. It's going to do something, but it falls over. So we end up with
Swell.
a wave.
Oh yeah. When
So if it's our land, we end up with our waves, and then out it goes and comes back in again.
the same thing goes with tsunamis, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's just big on scale.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that sort of makes sense.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So we need to be wary of that.
Okay.
So again, we need to look at our weather and our weather forecasting. So I'll very briefly explain about a weather front. So that is a representation of a low pressure system.
Okay.
Okay, low pressure brings weather, brings rain, brings bits and
There's
pieces.
a V.
So if we look at it from the top,
Yeah.
looking down, we'll say it looks like that. Low. All right.
Okay.
So that, in other words, is like that.
Yeah.
cone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got isobars that run through like that one, and this, I'll say that's the land. Okay.
Okay.
On the top, it comes down to a point, so it's sort of doing that. So our weather system is running round, running round, running round.
Yeah.
Okay, so a low pressure system turns anti-clockwise
Anti-clockwise all the time.
all the time.
Anti-clockwise.
Okay, a high pressure system, which basically is that,
Goes the other way around.
goes the other way around. So a high pressure goes clockwise.
Okay.
Right, so when we look at the weather forecast and on the news,
Yeah.
and they've got these nice little fluffy cloud things, then there's a bit of sun,
Yeah.
they've got all these bits. I don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. You could get them on your phone, whatever. Stuff
Yeah,
like
we
that.
want. This is what we're looking at.
Okay,
This is what
so,
we.
yeah.
And depending how low the pressure is,
Yeah.
the tighter all of this is together.
Okay.
So it could be really quite like that, or it could be like that sort of thing.
Right. Just
So
different, like pressures within a low pressure system.
yes, yes. So I don't want to go too deep.
Yeah.
I just say that's
Yeah.
what we've got.
Okay.
So a low pressure system
Yeah.
goes anti-clockwise. That's the wind.
Yeah, that's wind.
On the high pressure, it's going clockwise.
Yeah.
So imagine if you put a high pressure and a low pressure together, you've got this one going that way around, and you've got that one going that way around.
Yeah.
When we get here, look what we've got. We've got both of them going the same way.
Yeah.
So we end up with strong wind.
Oh.
Right there, because it's going that way.
Like in
it's
between-
going that way. In between the two pressures,
Yeah.
we get high wind.
Okay.
So we need to be wary of that.
Yeah.
Again, so when we're out boating,
before you're out boating, we look at it so we can see if that's happening.
yes,
In the area where we are
yeah,
boating, then we're going to
yeah.
be okay.
So what we'll do now is imagine this is a low pressure.
It is a low pressure.
Okay, and that's you.
Okay.
The low pressure is coming towards you.
Yeah.
So this is the one edge of the low pressure. That's the back edge of the low pressure.
Yeah.
So we've got cold air up here.
Yeah, cold air.
And we've got warm air down here.
Yeah.
So as it's coming closer to you, so you're going, you know, it's doing that. What we're going to start doing is we've got warm air, cold air tends to be warm, moist air.
Yeah.
Will then start to cool.
Yeah.
But the cold air can only take so much of this moisture.
Yeah.
So it starts to form clouds. So clouds, what can you see this difference?
One's less scaled down, one's more scaled down.
True, yes. Anything about the colours? What's different?
Colours. Right. One. Well, the sea's blue and this one sea's not blue in that one.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, that'll do. Yeah. This is an Admiralty chart.
Okay.
This is an IMRAE chart.
Okay.
There are two different types.
Yeah.
Okay. The Admiralty, that means our Royal Navy, etc.
Yeah.
We all have these.
Yeah.
Leisure users, other people have these.
Yeah.
Yellow means land.
Yeah.
Green means drying heights.
Yeah.
So the tide comes in, covers it, sometimes, goes out again.
Reveals it then.
The dark blue is shallow water, and then it goes to white. Light blue and white is the deep water. This way around, it's opposite.
Yeah.
The green, the drying heights, is now green on the land.
Yeah.
The sand, like it's the right colour, is there.
Yeah, it's there.
And then we've got the different. We've got white, which is the shallow water. Then it goes deeper and deeper to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the two differences when you see them. Apart from that, they're very, very similar.
That thing right there is our man overboard. Is our man going to be thrown overboard? Right now, Carl is demonstrating to us what's happening. He's about to throw this thing over.
We're going along.
Boom! Somebody dropped in the water.
Man overboard.
Yeah.
We point.
It's there. It's there.
I'm doing everything slow. So we're having a look around. We can see where they are. We make a wide circle, so there's no chance of us running over them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, coming to get you. So we put our turn in again.
At the man overboard because that's crucial. It tells the driver
and we
where to go.
Do this at speed.
Okay.
So now we settle down.
Yeah.
And we just like we're stemming the buoy.
Yeah.
We start coming slowly.
Yeah.
Taking down the starboard side.
Yeah.
And with the wind.
And then I go and pick this guy up.
And you've got to. So what I've done is I've used the bow with the casualty here.
Yeah.
We've come up and I've turned it slightly so we drift down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will drift faster because we're out of the water and on a rib than somebody in the water.
Yeah.
So if we're just slightly above them, we'll be pushed onto them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, shall I do it once more?
Yeah.
And then.
So right now Carl's about to show us how to park the boat next to the pontoon there. Right now he's demonstrating how to do it.
Okay. So I am going to pick an angle of approximately 40-45 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, I can feel the wind and I can feel the tide.
Yeah.
See the tide, sorry.
Yeah.
And I come in at this angle of about 40-45 degrees to the pontoon.
Yeah.
The idea is because the shape of the bow, that's coming in. As I get closer, I'll bring the boat around and we'll come alongside.
Okay.
there we go.
That's about it.
Yeah?
Yep.
So
we've just done the mooring against the pontoon with the tide against us, so tide gonna slow us down. This time we're gonna do it the other way, which is gonna be tide's gonna be pushing us down, so it's gonna be harder. Right now, Carl's gonna demonstrate us how he will do it. Remember, it's wind with the tide behind us, so the tide's gonna be pushing us downwards, so it's gonna be a lot more harder. Right now, it's even harder with a boat parked there, so yeah.
So I'm going to line myself up.
Yeah.
About 45 degrees. I'm in neutral. I'm allowing the
tide to
do the work for me. I don't need to be doing any more than that. Occasionally, I might just put her into gear. I'm in neutral.
Okay.
Perfect speed for coming in.
Yeah.
I want to come just to the end of the pontoon here. The edge of the boat is aimed towards the pontoon.
Yeah.
The last minute, over to port.
Yep, and then here we go. And then this will allow somebody to grab something on the pontoon to be able to bring the boat closer, and then here you go, finish.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so that's it, guys. That's day one of the RYA Powerboat course. Tomorrow I'm gonna be with a different person because Carl can't be here. He's a very, very nice guy. And then we will right now head on home. I'm gonna end the video here. It's a great day. Got learned lots, and hopefully I got to de-rust my skills, because my skills are literally very, very rusty with the powerboat right now, but it's slowly coming back to me, and I'm really happy about it. It's some very, very enchanting conditions sailing in this estuary where the tide is very, very strong at low and high tide. So yeah, but it's great fun. And then I'll carry on this video of part 2 tomorrow. See you guys.